Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us, one big family, by hitting that subscription button. I also like to mention that I do have a private crochet group. If you're interested to join us, one big family, you're more than welcome as long as you have a profile. I do have a crochet page. You can follow me through there, or Instagram, or TikTok. All of these links will be listed below in the description box, and you can take it by there. Thank you so much for the women that's been helping women in need of thread. God bless you a million times more. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. For others that are considering to help out, you could either give it into the super thanks super chat on below the video. There's a little bag and $sign. Just a reminder that YouTube takes 30% off of whatever you're donating. I will also leave my PayPal account below. At least they won't take no percentage off, right? So thank you so much. For the most times, I use 2.75 hook, sometimes 3.5, depending upon the pattern that I'm creating. A small hook to tuck in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's get started. Okay, everyone, so we're going to create again. Should be like a medium round pineapple doily. And I'm just trying to create as much as I can, get you guys busy with these pineapples, because there's been such a high demand, so I'm doing quite a bit of them and then get off of them for quite some time. So I'm going to use this deep canary yellow, and of course, you know, I've mentioned many times, for the most of you that follow me, my threads go by number of color, not names. So this is 16, number 16. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread. Of course, you can always order them. They're 100 grams, equivalent to 300 to 325 yards. They're $12, including shipping. Minimum of order is 6 balls. And I'm going to use white. I have a lot of leftovers from different projects. I'll put them all together and use them for the purpose of the tutorials. So, small scissor and small one to tuck in loose ends, 2.75 hook. You can go 3.5, depending upon the projects, of course, but I'll be using 2.75 on this one. I'm going to start off with the white and then come in with the pineapples with the yellow. So let's get started. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's also extremely important to keep growing the channel in order to keep putting patterns out. Okay, thank you, everyone. So the first thing I'm going to do is that magic circle. If you can't do it, then do a 5 to 6 chain, depending upon your tension. You know that if your tension's too tight, always give an extra chain. If it's too loose, then cut down a chain. Also, if it's too tight, use a hook or two size bigger. So I did a slip stitch. I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to do my first double crochet. So that's a single 2 chain, but I'm going to do incomplete double crochet. So I'm going to do it 3 times. Of course, the first one, you always have 3 on your hook. I'm going to do 1 2 chain, coming back in and doing my 3 incomplete double crochet 3 times. So you only take out twice the 2 loops once, and then you take it all out together. I'm going to do this 8 times. I'm going to have 8 groups, so 2 chain space, take out once. I should say take out once. That means 2 loops, right? And again, take out 2 loops. Now take it all out. This is row 1. I'll meet you at the end. So I've pulled my magic circle string. I'm going to come in where we closed all of them off, of course, after doing 2 chains. So I have 8 groups of 3 incomplete double crochet. I'm going to come in my first space with a single 2 chain, and I'm going to create 4 groups. So that's my first double crochet. 4 groups, or should I say not 4 groups, 4 double crochet groups, sorry, my lingo sometimes, right? 1 chain space into the next one, 2, 3, and 4. 1 chain space. Now, a lot of times when I create these small doilies, I have comments on YouTube requesting how to go bigger. Some of these small doilies you can go bigger depending on the decoration. Some other ones you really can't because the stitches are already organized to be that way. The only thing that you can make it bigger is more double crochets on the base of the pineapple. You know, when you create, let's say, 10 double crochets to start the foundation of the pineapple, you can go bigger on the pineapple. Another thing is using thicker thread and bigger hook also makes the pattern go bigger. Okay, like example, Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton thread is similar to my thread. Mine's a little bit thinner, but using Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton thread will be bigger than my pattern because it is a thicker thread. Okay. So 1 chain space, I think I had given 1 chain space and then 4 double crochets. This is row 2, and we're going to do this all the way around. Remembering that if the video is too fast for you, you could always go below in the description box, click that link, how to slow down the video, and turn your closed caption on to take notes if you find it difficult to understand. Makes things easier for you guys, okay? So I've closed in on my second chain because my first double crochet is a single and 2 chain with a slip stitch. I'm going to come back in. If you're used to doing just directly 3 chain, then go ahead. But I like to do a single so it looks more like a double crochet and not so much of a mark on there. On my second double crochet, I'm going to have an increase of 2 in the same stitch. Okay. The other ones is 1 per stitch, 1 double crochet per stitch. So I have 5 double crochets. Chain 1. In the center of my 1 chain, I'm going to do 1 double crochet. Chain again. On my first double crochet, 1 double crochet. On my second, increase 2 together. And then 1 per stitch. This is how this row is going to be. And then 1 chain space coming inside of that 1 chain space with 1 double crochet, 1 chain, and proceed the same way. On the first double crochet, 1 double crochet, on the second, 2 together, and then 1 per stitch. This is row 3. This is how we're going to proceed until the end. Okay, everyone, so I finished row 3, closed in with a slip stitch. On my second chain, from the very first one, I did the single and 2 chain. So went back in, did a single, 2 chain as my first double crochet. So on the group of 5 double crochets, we're going to repeat 5 double crochets, 1 per stitch. Big shout out to my girls in my group. Leila, Lisa, Maggie, Karen, Barbara, you name it, Charmaine, Suzanne, oh my God, there's so many of you. Anyway, much hugs to all of you. 1 chain space, and where I have that 1 double crochet in that 1 chain space, we're going to do the increase of 2 in the same space. 1 chain, and then continue with 1 double crochet per stitch. That's your 5 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. This is row 4. Okay, and then 1 chain. Where we have that 1 double crochet, we're going to add 2 together. So that's my increase on this row. 1 chain, and continue again with the 5 double crochets. 2, 4, and 5. 1 chain space, 2 together on that 1 double crochet. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, going into row 5. So we're going to repeat the 5 double crochets again. So I do my first single and 2 chain. That's my first double crochet, 1 per stitch. So I have my 5 double crochets. I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm coming in my first double crochet with double crochet, 1, 2 chain. On my second with another double crochet, 1 chain, and proceeding to do my 5 double crochets again. This row will be like this all the way around. Five double crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet on top of the first one, 2 chain, and another double crochet. So it's almost like a little V we created there. Okay, everyone, so I've closed in with a slip stitch. I came in and did my single already. This row here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, row 6. We're going to close this motif off with incomplete double crochets. Okay, so single, 2 chain. I'm only going to take out those 2 loops. Okay, and then the next space again, next stitch. So we're doing halves double crochet, right? It's like doing halves. And now at the end I'm closing all of the motif here out. 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come back in the first one here, doing a double crochet. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back in and doing my double crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, doing the incomplete 5 double crochets. And closing it all at once. So now we have 2, 4, 6 on the hook, 6 loops. Obviously on the second one, because we have the loop from this chain. When we started, we only had 5 loops. 1, 2, 3 chain, come in on top of your double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into the next double crochet and close it out. 1, 2, 3 chain, and again proceed with your incomplete double crochets. Okay, you guys, so I finished row 6. I'm going to start the foundation of my pineapples. So I'm coming in with my canary yellow. You can use the same color as you like. Now, this is where you can increase this pattern, is by increasing in the pineapples. So I'm going to, if you're using the same color and you closed off your slip stitch, then you need to do chain 6. So 3 for 1 double crochet, that's going to go here, and then 3 for a space. Okay, I'm going to come in where I have my 5 chain, and I've done a double crochet here. As you can see, it's different, so you have many ways to do your double crochet. I'm going to do, now you can do 9 double crochets, you can do 10, you can do 12, depending on how big you want your pineapple. Okay, so I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But you can do 10, 12, like I said, depending on how big you want your pineapple. 1, 2, 3. I'm coming in where I closed all of the group here, the 5 double crochets, and doing 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming back in my 5 chain and repeating again my 9 double crochets. Okay, So like I said, you want your pattern bigger. I don't know the size it's going to be yet, but you can increase on the double crochets here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 3 into the center of my motif here, and I'm creating 1 double crochet. And then chain 3 again into the center of the foundation of the pineapples. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I finished row 6, going to row 7. So for some of you that ended up on here, you need to do a 6 chain, 3 for double crochet and 3 for space. So I'm going to come back in on my double crochet here with single and 2 chain, 1 more for space. Coming in my second one, double crochet, 1 chain. This is how it's going to proceed on this row. One double crochet per stitch and 1 chain space. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9, chain 3, and again doing double crochet over double crochet. Chain 3, and repeat your pineapple foundation. Double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet, 1 chain, and so on. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, finished row 8, going to row 9. So I'm going to come in the first space here between the 2 double crochets, and I'm going to start my pineapple design. So single 2 chain. I'm going to do incomplete 3 double crochets. Close them all together. 1 chain, next space. 3 double crochets, incomplete, and close them all together. 1 chain. We're going to proceed this way all the way to the end of this pineapple with this effect of the 3 incomplete double crochets. Normally you would do either 3 chain, or there's many different designs to go. I like this design because it gives it a nice punch to the pattern, and it makes it different than everything else. One chain space between them. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 3 incomplete double crochet. Chain 3, come inside of that 1 double crochet. We're going to create a V, double crochet, 2 chain, and another double crochet in the same space. Chain 3, and again proceed inside in between the 2 double crochets with the incomplete 3 double crochet. 1 chain space. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we're going into row 10. So I'm going to go inside of my 1 chain space, create my single. We're going to continue to do the incomplete 2 chain and 2 more incomplete double crochet. So my first group, 1 chain space. This will always stay the same until the end. Okay, I'm going to continue to do it, and then you're supposed to have 7 groups. I've done my 7 groups of 3 incomplete double crochet, 1 chain space between them, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Coming in my first double crochet here, doing 1 double crochet, 2 chain space, double crochet, and another double crochet inside of this V, 2 chain space, and again another double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chain, coming inside again of my first space here on my 1 chain, continue the pineapples, 1 chain space. I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, going to row 11, which I've given myself a head start because it's just a repeat. We've closed in with slip stitch, did the walk, did a single, 2 chain, incomplete, the other 2 double crochet, 1 chain space, so it's just a repeat. Here, 3 chain, coming in the first double crochet, 2 chain, inside of this first space we're doing 2 double crochet, 2 chain, into the next space, 2 double crochet, and 2 more chain, and on top of the double crochet with the double crochet. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3 chain, and continue your pineapples. So that's the only thing that's different, and 1 chain space. So the only difference is on here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, finished row 11, going to row 12. So I've given myself a head start. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, 3 chain, coming on my first double crochet with double crochet. So it's going to be a repeat of what we just did, exactly the same. Double crochet over double crochet, 2 chain, first space, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, second space, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and my third space, 2 double crochet. So now we have 3 groups, so we're increasing on the groups, 2 chain, and on top of the double crochet, 1 double crochet, and repeat again, chain 3, continue with your 5 groups of the incomplete 3 double crochet for the pineapple, 1 chain space. I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going into row 13, which will be exactly the same thing until the end of the pineapples. Repeat, 3 chain, the 1 double crochet, 2 chain, and create your groups of 2 double crochet in the space. So it's just going to be a repeat now, 2 chain, and your 2 double crochets, exactly how we've been doing. So basically we're decreasing on the pineapple, we are increasing in the groups here, 2 chain, and always a 2 chain space until we do that last double crochet, and 3 chain space for the pineapples, going into the pineapples I should say, and of course the incomplete double crochet, 1 chain space. So now we started 1 group, and then 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, next row 5 groups, until I have completed 1 pineapple group left, and I'll come back to you on that. Okay everyone, so I pretty much finished doing up until row 16 so far. So always repeating the same thing, the groups. On this row 16 I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 2 double crochet, space of 2 chain. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, That's my first double crochet. I'm going to come inside of the space of the 3 chain, and I'm going to do 2 double crochet into the next space, double crochet into the next space, 2 double crochet where we have the 2 chain space, and 1 double crochet per stitch over the double crochets. Again, 2 double crochets in the 2 chain space, and 1 per space. I'll meet you here so you don't get confused. It's only double crochets on this row. So I've done my 2 double crochets on the 2 chain space and 1 over the double crochets per stitch. I've gotten here, so I'm going to repeat the same thing. Even though we have the 3 chains, I'm still doing only 2 double crochet and 1 on top of the pineapple, and 2 again on the 3 chain. So very simple, and 1 per stitch, 2 inside of the 2 chain space. We're going to continue this all the way around. Just like that. And I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I've done all my double crochets. I'm going to come in with the white now. So I've cut my thread, coming in with the white. Now where we have that double crochet right on top of that double crochet here on the pineapple, I'm going to come in, I'm going to use back loop only, and I'm going to do singles, 7 singles, 1 per space. If you want to use both loops, go ahead. I just think it gives it a different look on the pattern. So 7, okay? So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm using back loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so after your 7 singles, we do 7 chain. I'm going to skip 6 space and go into my 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into my 7th, back loops. Now if your stitch is too tight, you find you can do an 8 chain instead of 7, okay? And continue to do my 7 singles. Two, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 7 chain again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't make it too tight, or else it's going to pull too much on the pattern. Like I said, if you're too tight, then do 8 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go into my 7th. Now we might have to make an adjustment at the end. If I don't have enough stitching to complete exactly on it. I don't write these things, I just come up with it in my head. 2, 4, 6, and 7. So we're going to proceed this way all the way around until the end. Another thing I wanted to mention is when we get here, because now we've done 3 so far, and I've just noticed that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my 7th would have been right after that double crochet that we started. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do exactly on it. So I'm going to cheat. Where there's these pineapples like this, we're going to end up, instead of skipping 6, we're going to skip only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come in on the 6th on this one. Okay, so everywhere there's these pineapples, we'll have these 7 singles, because we know that it's 7 singles from here to here. Okay, so we'll just cheat on that there. Everywhere else is 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Exactly how we started the pattern. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go into your 7. Okay, so I'll meet you again at that space here, just so you don't get mixed up, because we are just cheating here by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're coming in the 6th instead of the 7th, so we can land right on it. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I'm over here and I was looking at it, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on my 5th instead of 6th. The other one I had 6, and I looked at it, and that's because I had done an extra double crochet, as you can see here. I can't even know where it is anymore, but anyway, I had done an extra double crochet inside of the space. Instead of 2, I added 3, so that's why it gave me a different amount there than the rest of them. So what are you going to do? It might happen to you too that you might have done 3 double crochets, so it's a way to, so instead of doing 7 chain on here, getting to here, I'm doing only 6, and I'm going directly into that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so that means it's your 5th. Okay, and this way we're sure that we're going to arrive exactly on point at the end by doing this little cheat here and there. So instead of doing your 7 chain, do 6 and go directly into that space there. It makes no difference on the pattern, to be honest. Okay, so I know that these are my 7 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then continue with your 7 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my 7th. Okay, so I'll meet you again on the other pineapple just to make sure. Okay, so again, I've arrived in my pineapple again, and we have that the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on my 5th, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain only, and coming in that double crochet, which is the 5th one. Okay, so that's the cheating we're doing, and we should be fine until the end. That wasn't too hard. Sometimes I gotta break my head. I'm trying to figure out, you know, either to increase or decrease to make sure that we get to the right stitch. This time wasn't that bad at all. Okay, so you know you have your 7 from this double crochet to the other, so we must cheat here and continue on. Okay, with the skip 6 going to your 7, 7 chain. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so the way exactly I mentioned to do it, on your last one you'll do your 6 chain, and I arrived just perfect on my 5th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain coming in that first single we did. I'm going to do a slip stitch, and I'm also going to do the walk with the slip stitch to the 2nd single. So I'm going to skip the first 2. I'm going to come back in that single, create a single, next space single. So we're skipping the first 2 and the last 2, so we have 3 singles. Okay, I'm going to come directly inside of that 7 chain. We'll call them all 7 chains, it doesn't matter, even if we have 6 on some of them here. And we're going to do 10 double crochets inside of this 7 chain. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Skip the first 2, go into your third one and do 2, 3 singles, and we don't do the last 2. So we skip the first 2 and the last 2, and we're going to repeat again the 10 double crochets. This is how it's going to be done until the end of the row. I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I've given myself a head start. I had tried different edges, and so far this is the one that I came up with. So basically, I'll just give you that example to start, and then we'll take it from there. So you'd grab your thread, and that's optional. I mean, you don't have to do it. I like to have always something at the end, so why not, right? You can leave it as is, just with that, or you could have left it as just with the double crochet. So you do your slip stitch knot, and you come in and bring it to the front, and then go in the next one and just slip stitch through it using those back loops. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th, and on my 5th I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come back in, slip stitch, and I didn't slip stitch properly, and then you would do again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain, come back in, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3. So you have 2 loops of 3 chain and the middle one of 5 chain, as I usually do in all my patterns, and then slip stitch your way through all the stitches on every single one of them, just right in the back loop. Go right through it until you get to the other double crochet there. Okay, well, that blue looks pretty on there too, right? So the whole point here was to get you started on how to hook it in. So now I'm just going to come back to my yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on my 5th. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to come back in, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3 chain, back in, slip stitch. So I'm going in, just slip stitching through all of these stitches here until I get to the 5th one on the other motif again. So I'm going to start counting, make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, and on my 5th, 1, 2, 3, because you want to be in the center of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back in, 1, 2, 3. And if you find that it's stretching too much of your pattern, then you can grab that front loop too, and it won't go anywhere. Then continue with the back loops. Well, you don't have to count, you just have to count on the next motif to do your 5. So just slip stitch all the way through, and then you count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what it looks like, and I think it looks just beautiful. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see you in the next tutorial. God bless. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know. I'll leave the measurements below. Remembering that if you want it bigger, double your thread, bigger hook, and you can increase on the pineapple or even on here, right? You can do a few more rows of these, and then maybe 2-3 rows of just double crochet over double crochet, and that will also give you a stretch of the pattern. Until next time, everyone, God bless. Bye-bye.